we all speech sa Pilipinas. So today, since we have a guest here, Guapo Puti, di ba? So, sir, can you understand Bisaya?
A little bit, I know guapo.
Oh, lang. Oh, makasama sa Bisaya, ayaw ko tubag sila. So, today, for this moment, well, for the stress management, please help me welcome our guest, a guapong guest, and he is from Madana Mohana Academy of Tibawe. Tibawe. And he is an English teacher and music teacher. So please help me welcome Bill Sky for presentation.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you so much to John for his introduction, and thank you to Sir Willie Batangas. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Balagas. Willie Balagas, thank you for the opportunity here to give this seminar. And I must say your campus is so beautiful. I had the chance to drive through it a few days ago all the way to the end, and it's very quite extraordinary compared to many of the schools here in the Philippines. So we're so lucky that you have such a beautiful school. So as John mentioned, I teach at the Madana Mohana Academy, and in addition to English and music, I'm also a philosophy teacher, and we do practical arts, which is just another word for supervising hard labor. So I do a lot of different things. I work with students, boys and girls, and help them acquire skills so that they can be better citizens of society in the real world. So some of the things that we practice is part of our daily routine is meditation and exercise, and these are healthy components that helps us manage stress and manage some of the big things that come at us in life. As Sir Willie was mentioning, you know, there are heavy situations that will come at you and you will not be prepared for them, and then how are you going to manage that situation? So, you know, there's two ways to go about life. One is you just go with the flow, do everything that you like feeling like doing at the time, but when you do that, you will be left unprepared when some of the serious situations occur. The other way is to use your intelligence and develop a discipline or a practice wherein you decide what your activity will be. Therefore, you will be prepared when disaster strikes or stress or tragedy, loss of a loved one. So we should be intelligent and mindful of the situation of life, that it's not just going to be fun living life on earth. There will be challenges, there will be hardship, there will be pain. And the more we can prepare for that, the better the outcome will be for ourselves and our loved ones. So in that spirit, today I would like to share with you a seminar on stress management to give you some tools that you can deal with these situations when they come at you. Okay? Thank you to all of you guys in the front row for stepping forward, because we will also be presenting this as a film for some other schools that they may be benefited from this. So here's our seminar, Stress Management. This is a photo from New Zealand, actually, the mountains of New Zealand. And this guy, he's going through some stress because it's so cold. I know it's kind of hard to see with the light, but he's camping on the top of a cold mountain. Okay, so that's got to be a little bit stressful. Have you guys ever been camping? Yes? Okay. But it's very hot here when you're camping. But sometimes rainy. Yeah, that's your stressor. The rain. So here's the 4 segments. This is Hawaii. This is actually where I'm from. So I have some land, and I work my job over there. I'm licensed as a real estate agent, so I'll be selling land in Hawaii. And then I come here, take some time off, and just volunteer for no pay, just to help my friends and visit the schools here. So this is Kauai. This is a beautiful coastline. this is a place where you think there will be no stress, but there's stress everywhere in life. So here's what we're going to be learning today. The biology of stress. We're going to look at the science behind what goes on in your body when stress occurs. We're going to look at the factors and causes of stress. The coping mechanisms, positive and negative. And 3 real solutions that you can take with you today that you'll have for the rest of your life. So here's the biology of stress, okay? According to Wikipedia, physiological or biological stress is an organism's response to a stressor such as an environmental condition. According to the stressful event, the body's way to respond to stress is by sympathetic nervous system activation, which results in the fight or flight response. So sympathetic, this means there's a certain part of your nervous system that's activated during stress. If you have studied biology, which you may not have studied yet, but when you go to college, some of you may take medical training or you may go into science or chemistry. When you learn of the physiological body, you will learn there's 2 nervous systems, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The parasympathetic is the one which is more relaxing, it causes you to be tired. The sympathetic is the activating one when you're, gonna run somewhere or do something. So when we're stressed, that sympathetic nervous system activates, and this is what happens. When a stressor is perceived and interpreted, the stress response system starts up a cascade. Does anyone know what cascade is? Cascade, anyone? Think about a waterfall. A waterfall is a cascade. It's when the water is falling from the top to the bottom, down. That's a cascade. Okay? So a cascade of biological events. It means one after the next, after the next, after the next. As a result, we release the stress hormone, adrenaline and cortisol, too. Where does cortisol come from and where does it go? Adrenaline, if you don't know, that's the one that gives you a lot of energy. Like if you get cut in the leg, maybe a bad traffic accident, car or motorcycle accident, you get a big cut, your body will be pumped with adrenaline, and that will cause it so that you still have energy, you can still move, and it's order to save your life, okay? Because if that adrenaline was not there, you will just fall over and it will be so intense, the pain. So adrenaline has a positive benefit and gives you energy, whereas cortisol, we're going to look at the effects of cortisol in the body in just a second, but it's different from adrenaline. In scientific lingo, the stress response system is called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, HPA axis. After perceiving a stressor, a small brain area known as the hypothalamus sends a chemical message to the pituitary gland. Well, this is the pineal. Pituitary is more, this is the thyroid. It's in the head. From here, a new chemical message sent out of the brain through our blood to the producers of stress hormones called the adrenal glands that sit at the top of the kidneys. The message says secrete cortisol. So, like it's saying, the brain called the hypothalamus then sends a cascade to the pituitary gland, which sends a cascade to the adrenal glands on top of the kidneys, and then the cortisol goes throughout your blood, throughout your body, and this is what happens. Immune system becomes suppressed. That's what's protecting you from sickness. Decreased serotonin. Serotonin is the chemical which is making you happy. Drugs also makes it to where your brain will not secrete serotonin. Drugs and alcohol over time. Decrease your sensitivity to pain. Increase blood pressure. Heighten memory and attention. Increase blood sugar. So, some of these can be positive, and that's why the stress can be a thing which helps you protect yourself. But some are also negative. The immune system suppression, the decreased serotonin, increased blood pressure, blood sugar. not necessarily positive. Now, if we let cortisol in the body for prolonged periods of time, not just one day, that's the effect of one-time cortisol, but let's say every single day, let's say you have a home life in which one of your siblings or your parents or family is constantly giving you stress about something, okay, every day, then over time, what's going to happen to that is the cortisol on the body will cause this: hunger, hostility, acid reflux disease, tunnel vision, migraines, sleep deprivation, chronic fatigue, hypertension, depression, decreased metabolism, decreased immune system, even arthritis. So this is why we should take it seriously, how to manage stress and how we can add positive and healthy lifestyle choices into our life, and we can avoid these things. Okay, so now the factors and causes of stress. Okay, so I would like to open it up to the audience now. If anyone would like to mention what is causing you stress in your life. Okay? Sir, I'm sorry that you're in the front row, but can I ask you what's causing you stress?
Go. Kasi maka-stress yun mo.
The weather. That's a good one. The weather. How about someone from our female audience? There we go. Financial problems. That's a huge one. That's the one I was thinking of. So the weather, financial problems. There's many different things causing stress. Can anyone think of something else? Anyone want to raise their hand and join in? No? Okay. What'd you say?
Research paper.
Research paper, yes. Homework, that's a big one. How about, maybe not so much in Domulog, but in Manila, traffic? Yeah? Traffic is so bad, it's causing stress. Okay, let's look at a few that I jotted down. Traffic, school deadlines, you got that one. Peer pressure, you guys deal with that? Peer pressure, you have to behave a certain way so that your friends will accept you. It can be stressful when this conflicts with what your parents want you to do. It's a conflict. Family issues, yes, for some. Money problems, physical health issues, mental health issues, depression, anxiety, loneliness, heartache. So everyone has their own individual things causing them stress, okay? It's different for everyone. We're not here to put anyone on the spot or make them talk about their personal lives. Let's just understand that it's different for everyone, but everyone's going through their own stress, okay? So next we'll talk about some coping mechanisms. Okay, this is a cause of stress for those of my friends that lived in Hawaii, because in 2018 our volcano just erupted and appeared in the middle of the neighborhood. This used to be houses, mailboxes, wires. There was 3,000 homes destroyed by the lava. But it slowly came out over 2 months. So we had plenty of time to evacuate. So no one was killed, but the houses were destroyed. So how do we cope with stress? Okay? What are the coping mechanisms? What's the number one coping mechanism now in this post-COVID time? Any guesses? I see some people doing it right now. That's your coping mechanism, okay? Up there. It's called your cell phone. That's what your brain automatically turns to, okay, to cope with the stress. Because the cell phone will trigger hits of dopamine in the brain. It's another chemical. So that becomes the way that you handle the stress. You may not even be aware that you're doing it. It's just the way the brain is trained. So these are some coping mechanisms that we do when we're stressed out over long periods of time. Music, movies, we escape, we run away. Video games, ML, this is huge, yeah? ML is the big one. Overeating, this can be another way that we deal with stress. We just keep eating. We're trying to fill the emptiness, but it never seems to work. And then even these cigarettes and alcohol or drugs, those are huge in the US. That's what all the teenagers do to handle stress. It's very unfortunate. Because as we saw, it does not lead to good outcomes in the long run. It will wire your brain chemistry. By the time you're in your late 20s or 30s, you will be in a situation where you're much worse off than someone who has been engaging in healthy activities and habits. And it can affect your livelihood and your job performance if you have an addiction to video games or an addiction to cigarettes or alcohol. This can affect your future and where you will end up and how much you will be paid and therefore how much you're going to be enjoying life. It can all be affected by this. So it's something we should pay close attention to. So let's do some solutions now that we've talked about stress. Even talking about stress can be stressful. So I'm actually a yoga and meditation teacher. So yoga is something that I practice on my own, and that's a form of exercise. And as your principal mentioned, you'll be learning some self-defense techniques today. That's another great way to exercise the body. And another favorite exercise that I do is swimming. And actually, you guys live so close to my favorite swimming pool, which is Pawan, just over there. Pawan, have you been there? Yeah, see, you know. Pawan's my favorite. I love it because it's raw water is coming from the river, and they only use a little bit chlorine, not too much. It's large, you can swim back and forth. Even just 15-20 minutes of swimming, it increases the blood flow of the body, it allows you to drain the toxins, and it makes your mind and your brain very healthy. So you should think about trying to add some exercise every day as part of your routine so that you will be prepared when these situations come and you'll already have that habit of exercising. Because if you notice sometimes when people experience tragedy, they will stop exercising, they will just sit in their house for days and days and days. But if they have that habit of exercising no matter what, then they will pick it up even though they don't feel like doing it. So the point is that sometimes you have to do something even if you don't feel like doing it because it's good for you, okay? That's part of being an adult and growing up. So let's do a little bit of chair yoga, just a short series here, because you will also have some exercise with Sir Willie later. So I'll make it so easy for you. You don't even have to get up, okay? Just sit in your chair. Just take the left arm, raise it above your head. Okay? Easy. And now sit up straight, okay? Sit up straight through the spine. Take a deep breath in. And then lean over to your right. Okay? Good. Now take another breath in and stretch your hand all the way up, pointing it towards the ceiling. Okay, good. Exhale. Come back to center. Drop the arm. Did you feel your lung being stretched and open there? So the more air that fills your lung, the more breath you take in, the more waste you're able to expel when you breathe out. Okay? And when you expel that waste, the stress and everything will go away with that. So breathing is an amazing way to relieve stress. Deep breathing. Let's do the other side. Raise up your right arm. Elongate, sit up straight through your spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean to your left. Breathe out. Feel this stretch. Breathe in one more time and reach your hand all the way up as high as you can. Point your fingers. Good. Exhale, back to center. Drop your arm. Now let's do some shoulder rolls, okay? So just roll your shoulders back. 1, 2,
Everybody,
3,
prepare for
4, 5, 6. Now reverse, go forward. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Now we're going to move to the legs, okay? So just, if you have room in front of you, you can take your left leg and raise it out in front of you. If you don't have room, then you're going to have to bend the leg and put it on the knee, okay? Raise your left leg up. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Keep holding it. And now let's point your toes. Point your toes towards your face.
everybody.
Okay?
You try. Now.
Keep holding it down to strength. This is isometric strengthening. Exhale, point your toes away from you now. Good. And one more time. Toes pointing towards you. Toes away. Okay. Drop the leg. What a relief. Okay. Let's do the other side. Raise your right leg up. Good. Take a deep breath in. If you can activate the muscles in your leg while you're doing this. Point your toes towards your face. Exhale, point your toes away from you. Inhale, one more time, toes towards the face. Exhale, point the toes away, and slowly drop the leg. Good. Okay. And now finally, let's do some neck circles here. So we're just gonna bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Openness in your right side of the neck. Don't stretch it too hard because your neck is a very sensitive area, okay? Take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs fill with air. Exhale. Bring the head back up. Now bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Ready? Take a deep breath in. Feel the stretch throughout your side of your neck. This can be an area which builds up a lot of tension if you have someone in your life that's always demanding something from you. Good. So coming back to center now. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Then we're going to move to our next segment, which is going to be diaphragmatic breathing. So stay seated. I know that breathing exercises can be a little bit weird or uncomfortable if it's not part of your culture or normal activities. But the breath is actually the link between the body and the mind, okay? So when we control the breath, we practice breath exercises, the mind starts to come under our control. And then we can have the ability to conquer addiction, okay? And break our bad habits. This is 5 years ago when I was teaching at a yoga retreat on Kauai. This is a nice class on the beach. This is a farm I used to work at in New Zealand, growing lavender. Okay, so we're going to do diaphragmatic breathing, and we will add some peaceful sound meditation. So what I want you to do is just become mindful of your breath again. And let me stand up so you guys can see. What we want to do is we want to get the full capacity of our lungs. We want to use the maximum size of our lungs, okay? So, in order to do that, we need to expand the belly out when we breathe in. That way we can make more room in the lungs to fill it with air. So, place your hand on your belly, and then as you breathe in, move the belly out. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, move the belly towards your back. Breathing in. Breathing out. So that's how we can maximize the bottom part of the lungs. But as far as the top, what you need to do is you need to lift your chest, raise your spine. Imagine if someone is pulling on you like a puppet string, and you have a string that's going to the sky, and someone's pulling it up. Okay? So raise your body up, breathe in, and move your belly away. Ready? Exhale. Very good. Let's try this 5 times, okay? 1.
Certificate
Exhale.
para saya.
2.
Ay, very good. The correct spelling. Belly, sky.
Relax. 3.
English teacher.
And just imagine the stress is leaving your body with the deep breath, okay? 4. And one more time. 5. Good job, good job. Some of you have no stress, you have only joy. So I hear you laughing because you're expressing your joy. Okay, next, let's add a peaceful sound meditation. So, this breathing can de-stress you, but it's only going to be temporary. It's only going to work for as long as you do your breathing, maybe for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But with the peaceful sound meditation, you can develop a peace inside which will carry with you from day to day to day. Permanent peace, okay? So this is a very useful tool. This is the tool that we practice at Madonna Mohana, okay? And this is the benefits, okay, of this peaceful sound meditation. Increased clarity in decision making, improved physical and mental health, deep inner happiness and fulfillment, overcoming bad habits, compassion for others. All of these will slowly develop in you as you practice more and more. Harmonious relationships, stress relief, inner peace, freedom from anxiety and fear. Does anyone have anxiety here? It's not that common in the Philippines, but in the US, everyone has anxiety. And I think many of you may have anxiety. Ability to let go of anger. Okay, anger can be a problem which overcomes us. We cannot do anything, we're angry. We make a bad decision, this affects us for years afterwards. But if we meditate, we can just let it go. Increase patience, inner strength and confidence, increase creativity, improve your sleep, and more. Okay? So many different things. So now we're going to try this peaceful sound meditation, okay? I know it's a little bit strange, but just give it a try, and afterwards you'll see that it's very peaceful. Okay? So we're going to use a mantra or an ancient sound which has been passed down for thousands of years from one teacher to the next. Okay? And the sound is Go Ra Om Ga. Can you guys please repeat? Go. Very good. One more time. Go, ra, ga. Very good. Okay. So, let's take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, let's say this together. And if your rate of breathing is different, just join in at your own pace, okay? It doesn't have to be exactly the same. Okay? Breathing in. Breathing out. Go, ra, ga. And this is a meditation, so try to bring your mind into the sound, okay? Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. If it's helpful, you can close your eyes or keep them half open or all the way open. Go, ra, ga. Big breath in. Go, ra, ga. Try to restrain your laughing so that those who are trying to de-stress can take advantage of this. Go, ra, ga. Big breath in. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. Just allow the stress to leave your body. Go, ra, ga. We'll do this for 1 minute. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. You guys in the back, you also try. Go, ra, ga. 30 more seconds. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. Just notice the mind and draw it back. Go, ra, ga. Notice that you are separate from your mind. Go, ra, ga. Start to feel the peace in your heart. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. Come in touch and contact with your spiritual essence. Go, ra, ga. 10 more seconds. Go, ra, ga. 3 more times. Here we go. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. Go, ra, ga. One more time. Very loud. Ready? Go, ra, ga. Thank you so much. Great participation here. Thank you. Do you feel peaceful? A little bit? Maybe lightheaded? So it's a nice practice that actually will bring you peace not just now but throughout the rest of the day. And if you continue practicing this every day, it can bring you peace for years and years. So it's like you're uncovering a spiritual nature of you, the person who is residing in the body. Because as Sir Willie mentioned, most people in the Philippines believe that there is some sort of afterlife, that you will move on to something. And so that means that this body is just a temporary vessel or a vehicle, a temple. But you, the living person, are there residing in the body, and you will move somewhere else after the body. Where that will be may be different for one person to another, but your spiritual essence is there, and you can connect to that spiritual essence anytime through prayer, through remembrance of your relationship with God, and through these special divine mantras, which is just like a concentrated prayer. It's like you're turning to God. You can cry to Him for help or just for peace, just daily peace. So it's recommended that not only in times of tragedy we should turn to God in prayer, but also in times of happiness, in times where we're feeling just joy. We don't feel like we need to meditate. We're just having a good time. No need to do any of that. We should still try to make some time every day for our relationship to God, okay? And that is independent of religion, because religion is something you can join and leave, but your spiritual nature can never be taken away, okay? That is why at our school, Madonna, all religions are welcome, because we just sing these names of God together, and that is it. There's nothing more deeper to it. It's just singing together, meditating together, coming into contact with that peace, so that when we have these painful and tragic situations coming at us, we will be prepared, and it's for our benefit, okay? So thank you so much, and I just want to do one last peaceful sound meditation, but unfortunately we do not have a mic stand for the last one, so perhaps someone can volunteer to hold the mic. Do you want to hold it, or?
Any volunteer? Ayun. Boy? Girl? Go.
If you lose strength in your arm, just switch hands, okay? And then maybe this guy, you can be his backup, okay? If he gets tired, just signal, okay? So, tired, man. So another great, you can hold a little higher. Another great way we can do this meditation is with music, okay? It's blocking the camera. So we add music to peaceful sound meditation, okay? And this makes it more entertaining, all right? So we're gonna do the Goranga mantra again, okay? And this time let's sing it all together, okay? So just as you notice the tune, join in, and let's try this for 5 minutes, okay? Because afterwards it'll feel great for the rest of the day. Oops. Okay, got another one. Go round, come, go round. Ikaw sabihin, go round, join in. Go round, go round, go round, go round. You can dance also if you like. Go round, go round. Go Can't hear you guys. Your turn. All right. All right, last 4 times. Inside, but the body's always changing. Cells and molecules rearranging. Assemble just like you're here today. All colors, shapes, and sizes, different bodies, and it's okay. You need to recognize that we can change back. That we're not these bodies, that we're not wired back. Because trouble in the revolution, identifying ourselves with a labor. That's not really you and me. Free from the colors, we love each and every one of our brothers. Hey, we need to move to a new phase in life. Recognize the spirit in all species of life. We can set aside our strife and quarrel, making friends with every single person in the world. So thank you so much. So this concludes my presentation for stress management. And as you saw there at the end there, I threw a little rap in. I am actually a spiritual hip hop artist, and so I do music as well. And we actually have a hip hop dance contest for one of my songs that I'm going to be putting out the end of the summer called Samsara. And there is a contest which is, we're opening it up to all of you guys. If you're interested in joining, you just have to email me so I can send you the song, because it must be to this particular song. We're making a music video for that song. And I have a flyer here. The first place will be 1,000 pesos. The second place, 700 pesos. Third place, 500 pesos. And the winner will be announced on May 14th. And we will have a performance for the winner at Madana Mahana Academy, which is just nearby, on Saturday, May 14th. Okay? So I will put the flyer here. If you're interested, please come and you can take a picture of the flyer so you'll have the details about the hip hop dance contest. So the contest is about a video. You need to video your dance group making a dance to this song. And then you submit the video, we will choose the best video, and we will give you a cash prize. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you again.
Thank you, Sir Belly Sky Run. Do you have a YouTube channel or someone? Yeah. Yes, Belly Sky Run.
Yes.
YouTube channel. Okay, so if you, siyempre, kung niya ang YouTube na, if namoy time, well, you can search and subscribe for our guest here, Belly Sky Run. Okay, please take picture for the interested for the challenge or competition. So that's it. Okay. So anyone here from grade 11, isa ka representative of grade 12, isa ka representative for a word of thanks para sa ato ang guest. Anyone here? Anyone? Wala? Anyone here? Hey sir, can we ask a picture for you? So mag-picture natin lang. Isa, how